All right, hello everybody. Welcome back to another edition of the Rock and Roll Geezer Show up here in the Midwest. Enjoying the warmer weather finally. Yeah, we're going to talk about some rock news today. By golly, I'm your host Murph, of course, and she many creepers. We got a little feud action we got going on. We got to talk about between Love and Grohl. Love Grohl. Yeah. And AI is in the news again in a couple of ways. We're going to discuss both ways. An AI artist and a 90s band sort of dipping their foot into a weird situation there. And talk about some UK situation over in Europe that's sort of impacting a lot of bands. We talk about that. And holy cow, we just talked about Lindsey Graham. Lindsey Graham. Hey, Lindsey Buckingham last week, and we got to talk about him again, man. Things are weird, dude. But can't do it alone, man. Got to have a co-host over there. That'd be Doc Vox over there in Aurora. What's shaking, Doc?
Doing all right, doing all right. You got the pictures there from the Artemis Pyle spaceship there, right? Or what? We got the
Oh, isn't that nice? Yeah, you like
yeah.
that? Well, yeah. Shoot, I'm not even. We're not even gonna go there. You know where I want to go, but we're not.
All
We're
right.
not. It was 1969. Yeah. Sure it was. But
I did
anyway,
think that they named it Artemis. I always like that for a name, Artemis.
Artemis. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
that's cool.
yeah, yeah. Very cool name, and it was actually on the Wednesday night's trivia. It was one of the Wednesday night's trivia question, and I didn't remember it. The thing blasted off that day,
Oh,
and they had it
right.
that night as a trivia question, and I
Oh, okay.
didn't know, so I'm just useless as
Shame on you.
breasts on a bowl, man. But anyway, yeah. So what's shaking over there, Doc?
Yeah. Got a few stories to dig into. Yeah, we got Courtney and Dave Grohl. Their feud's kind of I don't know, it's sparking back up, but definitely back in the news. And dude, we always talk about AI, and this is what it's come to, man. This is no good can come from it, and this is two examples of it right here. So,
Oh yeah,
but
yeah. And
yeah, let's get into the
I
Dave Porter feud.
investigated. I investigated further. We'll talk about the AI. Yeah, I
Okay,
investigated. And I listened and was pretty stunned. But
oh
first,
yeah.
yeah, let's get into these two here. You know, I was gonna go to AI, that picture right there, and I was gonna have AI make them kiss and then post that, but I thought, now why bother? You know, that it wouldn't turn out well.
uh,
But they look all, he doesn't look well. He's
that's
thinking
got to
about
be
his,
fairly recent. I mean,
well,
it's
he's
not back
probably
in the
thinking
day,
about his side piece, side
right?
piece right there. She's looking pale as heck, but she sent a stern message to Dave Grohl, man up and reveal the truth. Holy smokes, what could she be talking about? Yeah. So yeah, her relationship with Foo Fighter Dave Grohl, well, she called him to publicly acknowledge that their past feud is over in a statement shared on the Magnificent Others with our buddy Billy Corgan. Holy smokums, Billy. Oh man, he's been in the news, yeah. But she wants Grohl to speak out and tell his fan base that he and Courtney are no longer feuding. Well, what the heck? She says, like, come out with it and just say we're cool. Like, come out with it, right? Boy, that's great English there, isn't it, Doc? Be
Nah, she's
man
not
enough
exactly known
to
for
man
yeah.
up. We're cool, but you won't say it because you're afraid you'll lose your audience? What kind of mental gymnastics is going on here? She says, Dave, it would really behoove me. I love that she used that word. Bless her.
Oh, one of my favorite
Behoove.
words.
You
Absolutely,
betcha.
yes. Yeah.
It would really behoove me if the strange white males that are your base, if you will stop picking on me. Millennials in particular. Gen Z is not picking on me anymore. Wow. She also reflected on the musical dynamic between them, notes an imbalance in how their relationship has been portrayed in songs. Oh boy, I couldn't write a song about Dave Grohl to save my life. He's written like four songs about me and they're hits. I'm like, wait,
Supposedly, I've
what?
seen as many as 12. Supposedly, like as many as 12 have been written about
Oh
her,
my
but
gosh.
who knows?
She's like, what? What about me? I don't get it, she says. So, Her plea represents the latest chapter in what has become one of rock music's most enduring feuds. The conflict spans over 3 decades. Wow. And is rooted in the tragic circumstances surrounding Nirvana's end. Jiminy Creepers, man.
Well, there was some publication, right, feud, but all that was worked out. I don't know, geez, early 2000, 2007, I want to say. So all that, I I think I don't think she's as important as she thinks she is. I don't think Dave thinks
No.
about her as much as she thinks she. She's on the podcast with Billy. She got to talk about something. I'm sure he asked her about, and they were a couple at one point. Courtney Love and Billy
Well, that
Corgan.
doesn't
They were
surprise
couples,
me at all,
yeah,
quite
yeah.
honestly, at all.
But
But you know what? Why is she rustling up? Why is she rustling crap up? I mean, with all the revelations that about his death, saying that a lot of people are not saying she did it. Why
that's
the
what I'm
hell would
thinking.
you
She
want
might
to
have other
ruffle
worries,
feathers?
man. Yeah.
Why would you want to ruffle any feathers right now when they're reinvestigating the death of Kurt Cobain? So, oh man, Hollywood, man, they're all insane. They're all insane out
I'm
there.
gonna have to go back and watch that whole interview. I wonder if he doesn't ask her about that. Shame on him. He should absolutely ask her about that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
bet not. I bet they agreed not to bring that up. Probably, I'm sure.
Oh
I would
man,
think,
oh
but I don't know.
man.
I'll check it out. But yeah, and honestly, I don't think his fans do want him to forgive and move on. I think they like that there's some tension there because nobody likes Courtney. Who likes Courtney Love? Nobody. I was like, why?
That's a good call, man. Yeah, yeah.
You know,
What's to love? There's nothing to like. I mean, too many creepers.
I always kind of
He's had,
found her attractive, but
well, she did have a nose job, which helped.
yeah,
But oh man, so,
yeah, she's nuts. So
some of those, Hollywood starlets of old. Like I saw a picture of the Charlie's Angels today, and today's Jacqueline Smith looking pretty good. The blonde, what was her name?
Shell Ad,
Yes, looking pretty rough. And then the tall one, Kate
Kate
Jackson,
Jackson. Yeah.
she looks like an alien. Quite honestly, I mean,
Wow, I can see that.
oh, holy cow! Oh, dude, it's scary, alienish.
Grow old
And
gracefully, man. Come on.
gosh, some people, some people and really love the knife, to tighten up that skin and all that crap, and they end up looking like freaking Martians. But she didn't go that far, but nonetheless, she's still like, wow, what the hell? And I heard rumor that her and I don't know another member of Hull were talking about getting back
Yeah,
together, and then
Melissa,
that got
how do you
quashed,
say her name?
didn't it?
Off der
Didn't it get quashed though?
Yeah,
Days later. Yeah. No, we don't need no Hull. We
No.
don't need no Hull. Damn it. But yeah, Billy Corgan, man, good for him and his podcast.
That was another link between that. Her bass player, Melissa, I can't pronounce her name. Der Off, remember? I can't pronounce it. But anyway, she played bass for Hole and then later for Smashing Pumpkins. Took
Wow,
over
dude.
for Darcy there for a while.
You are a plethora of music education, if I may, and I probably will. But okay, moving on.
Yeah, this one,
This
this
one,
is
wow.
bothersome.
I went and checked it out, dude, and it was amazingly interesting. Here he is, Eddie Dalton. Is that him? Yeah, there he is right there.
That's a fake dude.
That's Eddie Dalton, and he's a fake dude. And boy, what song did I listen to? Gosh, was it good, man?
Yeah.
And I mean, some of the yeah. Okay, this is from Breitbart. AI generated singer Eddie Dalton dominates the iTunes top 5. Holy smokers! An AI user has just released another single by fictional singer known as Eddie Dalton, with 3 songs already landing in the iTunes top 5 charts. That is crazy. Eddie Dalton, who on the surface appears to be an older and distinguished black gentleman pumping out Southern South tracks with reflective lyrics, does not actually exist and is entirely AI generated. Boy, there we go. Boy, it's really good. This song was really good, though.
It's really good. There's really good songs in there, dude. It's amazing. I heard the song before I knew it was AI, and I was suckered in, dude. And you know
Really?
me,
Yeah.
I
Well,
pay attention to shit, and that got me.
it's not hard.
Uh,
I mean, probably I'm listening hard to the guitar too, and it's just, man, this is so sweet. This is so tasty. Such a
yeah,
tasty lick, and it just sounds so good. It's like, holy cow. Oh man, oh
I just
man, oh
kind
man.
of old soul kind of sound, just
Oh yeah.
little country maybe, little yeah, just it's good
Oh,
stuff.
it was
But at the
really
same
good.
time, the lyrics are pretty, the whole thing,
Generic.
really, the whole
You know,
song is pretty formulaic.
generic,
There's
yeah.
nothing groundbreaking, but that's the whole thing of it. The AI will always create. They just go by what's already been created. They can't go
Uh-huh.
to the next level. They'll never be, an AI, whatever. Pick your,
Yeah, yeah. Good call. Good call on that one, man. Yeah, yeah. It mimics what it's been fed, but it's pretty damn good, I must say, though. Uh, but yeah, too many creepers. Yeah, it's troublesome. The music industry is in well, and for that fact, Hollywood is in just a really weird time right now. Music and movies with AI going to be able to. Eventually, they'll have AI actors, and you won't be able to tell the difference.
probably
Jiminy,
already
look at
are.
how good this is right now. This music is so good. A regular person, and let's face it, a lot of people dig, they just want to hear the beat. So they're not paying attention to all the nuances that maybe a musician might hear that, oh, this is they're just, because I looked at some of the comments on the song I listened to, and people are, thank you, AI. This is great, blah, 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 blah.
Oh my
So
gosh.
thank you, AI. This is better than today's musicians can put out. It's like, oh, man, oh, man.
Well,
Oh,
that's
boy.
you're not wrong. They're
I
not
quit.
wrong.
I
You
quit.
know.
I quit. That's it. I'm done, Doc. I'm retiring again from the music industry. No, I'm
No,
not.
you're not.
No, I'm not. Holy cow, man. We got it going on, man. Oh, yeah. It's going to be wicked. It's going to be a wicked summer for the suits. That's
But here's
suits,
the thing:
as
is
they
for
say
them to
at
say
Facebook.
that it's better than what's going on today. Well, yeah, I guess if uh,
Well, today I don't think AI is, those kind of
people are,
songs are
are,
good
are
because they're not digging from today's musical influences. They're going
right.
back. So at least the songs we're listening to from Eddie Dalton, they're from the, 'cause I don't know what the hell AI would spew
It's
out if
familiar,
they
but
took
it's
today's
new, and
influences.
that's how it's the whole formulaic thing, is, just throws
Yeah.
in those nostalgic references and just, it sounds like something you grew up with, and boom, you're in, and
Oh
the
yeah.
way it was presented to me was I was listening on the radio and in the morning on the way to work, and the DJ's talking about how he was listening to this song and he and his wife were dancing along to it and he wanted to share it with us and plays the song. Nothing about AI, nothing like that. I'm listening. I'm like, oh, man, it's not too bad. Yeah, I wonder what this guy's about. New artist. Okay, cool. And they'll say he said Eddie Dalton, all that. I'm like, okay, it's a new artist. And then after the song, then explained what was going on. And I was totally
Amazing.
suckered in, man. I
Well, the one I heard was really good. I can't remember the name of it because my memory's gone. All I can remember is the
yeah, I don't
lyrics
remember
I
the
have to
name either.
sing. Everything else is gone. But boy, it was damn good, man. Oh man. But the fact that people are saying thank you AI for we need people that can
Yeah,
put
that's
stuff out on
that's
their own. You know, too many creepers. I don't know, Doc. This is crazy. We're in crazy town, man. Freaking a.
yeah, we'll never have the next, Beatles or whatever, the next whatever the next subgenre will be, the next punk, the next craft work, whatever, the next
Well, yeah, well, I don't,
whatever.
I don't know what's gonna happen with the music, with the music world, because
Maybe there's nowhere else to be originated. Maybe everything's already been done, and
well, we lived through the best era, mid
no, for
'60s
sure.
to the early '80s, and so I'm can, I'm good. I'm good with that. We got the best of the stuff. We're all started, man. So I'm good with that. But AI, man, AI is gonna be freaking people out. And here's another example, if I may. Let's whip this sucker right up here. Who is it? Better than Ezra. Where are they? Boy, there's a bunch of ne'er-do-wells right there, huh? Look at them guys.
Yeah, they had a good little, sprint
Well,
there or whatever. They had a good
yeah, now
little.
they're back to robbing banks and stuff. Allegedly. I'm just saying. No, I'm just kidding. They do look like ne'er-do-well. So, guy in the middle, yeah, he's the ringleader for sure. Yeah, come on, boys. We're gonna go knock off a bank. Yeah, yeah. But
They had a couple
anyway,
of pretty good albums. They had one Deluxe. You guys do
oh,
one of their songs.
I'm
Yeah, that
not.
was on there.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. Oh, that's right. We do. I
yeah, you
wonder
guys
where I
do
heard that
good.
name
Yeah, yeah,
before.
yeah.
That's right. We do one of their songs.
I
God, I'm
think that
so
was like the
gone.
number
I'm
one
so
alternative album at the
I'm
time.
so
And you know what was
gone.
number two?
Alternative. Let me see.
See, that was the number one
Smashing
alternative
Pumpkins.
album. The number two was Ezra.
Oh, what was the number one?
They better than Ezra, and number two was Ezra. Never
Is this some
mind.
kind of a
Never
joke
mind.
that I'm missing?
Yeah, it's a joke you're missing there.
Oh, okay.
I
Okay.
I went way too far to get
Oh,
there.
better than. Oh my gosh, dude. You're working my you're working my gray matter too hard, man. Better than Ezra. Good for you, man. Wow. How long did you just come up with that, or have you?
I've been sitting on that
Well done, brother.
one. I've
Yeah.
used that one before.
But yeah, so yeah, they want the fans to use AI to write their next single. Like, what the heck is this? Hey, let me see if my glasses are better. You know, Doc, turned 70 in a few weeks, and the old eyesight's just gone to hell. Yeah, let me see. Oh, the band behind the 1995 alternative rock hit, Good. Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah, we do that one. Yeah, is encouraging fans to use AI to write their next single. Uh, uh, it's going to be a contest where fans can, quote, write a song with him or the band's bassist, Tom Drummond. Only they are not exactly writing the tune side by side with the actual musicians themselves. They're going to be partnering with Soundbreak, a platform that will allow you to write songs with the official AI versions of your favorite artists and songwriters. Oh, boy, AI, man. We're doomed, brother. We're doomed.
Dude,
What?
no, go
Oh,
ahead. Go ahead.
well, in addition to the Better and Ezra band members, Soundbreak's somewhat limited lineup includes Michael Fitzpatrick from Fitz and the Tantrums. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know Fitz and Tantrums. I
Oh,
saw
you
them
do?
once. Yeah, I saw them once.
Jeez, dude, you see everything. And songwriter Sam Hollander, who has worked with the likes of Blink 182, Billy Idol, and Def Leppard. Oh, geez. So, yeah, AI, man, we can't get rid of it now. In the contest announcement, Griffin tells fans that they must use Soundbreak and select one of the Better Than Ezra band members to be entered. He and Drummond will select the winner on May 15th before heading into the studio. We're going to record it, and it's going to be the next Better Than Ezra single, he added. So, yeah, whatever, here we go. AI taking over the creative juices, if you will.
Dude, this bothers me deeply, man.
I know.
Why not put out just for songwriters? Why does it have to be AI? You know what it was? I bet the three of them are sitting, the Better Than Ezra guys are sitting around, and they're like, "What if we had like all of our fans, trying to write an AI song for us, man? It would definitely would come up as still like if you put enough monkeys in a room, typewriter,
Sure,
Shakespeare
sure.
AI or something."
Monkeys in the room, yeah. Well, they look like they're scheming that right there in that picture.
So, but
Yeah.
why not put that out for legit songwriters? Which at this point they're going to use AI anyway, probably. But why not do this, 10 years ago or 5 years ago, whatever?
Hey, Doc, I
Hey,
like your shirt, man. I got that record.
oh yeah.
Yeah, good call, man. Fucking A. Okay, back to Better Than Ezra. Well, they're jerks. That's why. Gosh.
Honestly, how cool would that be? To find an unknown songwriter and maybe something becomes of the guy. Maybe a career blooms out of it. Who knows? But now they're just going for the numbers, I guess. The pure thing. If you got 100,000 people trying 100,000 times to write an AI song, you're
found
gonna
it,
come up with something. Yeah.
It's 5 o'clock twice a day or whatever the hell. I don't know what that's saying. Oh, yeah, boy. A broken clock is correct twice a day, I think. No,
5 o'clock somewhere.
That's ridiculous. Yeah, that's crazy though. This AI crap, doggone, it's gonna really start overtaking just creativity cripes. You know, really. You got Jerkwad last week who had 100,000 songs up or whatever it was. Jeez.
Oh, right.
Oh my gosh. So people always be able to screw up the system. Just I don't know. I don't know what the solution is. I don't think there's a solution, dude. AI is going to get so much
You just
better and
have to
better.
embrace it, my friend. It's
I
here to
can't.
stay, man. You just
I'm an
got to embrace
analog
it,
guy
man.
living in a digital
Oh
world,
man, and
dude.
now digital's even going to be, behind.
Yeah,
Gonna be
I'm
the
an
next step
analog
after
guy
that.
living in a digital world that's slowly turning AI, and I'm
Living in a
lost.
virtual world now. Yeah.
I'm lost
Oh my
in a
god.
lost world. Yeah, yeah. It sucks, man. What the heck? Come on, people. We're letting, AI is going to screw everything up. Just going to screw up everything. But there you go. There's your feel good story of the day, folks. Oh, boy. So, yeah, well, enough with the AI crap. But we got big problems over there across the ocean there in London and the surrounding areas. A headline from the Good People Enemy as Brexit. Everybody knows what Brexit is. It's Britain's exit from the European Union. They call it Brexit because the European Union, man. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. London, England's as screwed as the rest of the countries now, so it doesn't matter that they left. But they did leave. They did leave, and that creates problems for bands because
Yeah.
it's not so easy to get that visa to head across now. See, that's why all these English bands love the states because they can hit basically 50 different little countries in the
Right.
states
Right.
here. We're over there, they got to have visas and all this bullshit
Well,
for
for the
these.
European Union, it's all you can just
Oh,
kind
now,
of go
yeah, they
go
all,
go as
yeah.
yeah. But now that they've exited it, they got to get
It,
passports.
it
They got to do all that stuff.
it
One
is
of
a
those
problem.
unintended consequences kind of things. But yeah,
Oh,
and we've talked about how tough it is to tour over there anyway.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
for the cost and the word we always hear, logistics.
And it's
But
UK artists that are getting hit because they want
oh
to
yeah,
tour
big
across the
time.
rest of the continent and they
Yeah,
can't. After a 75% drop in UK artists playing in Europe and issues only worsening, the government has been told to urgently, quote, get a grip of the situation while promising a breakthrough. Government fixes nothing.
nothing.
Government creates problems. And here's a classic example. It says here, with Brexit continuing to have a devastating impact on U.S. artists, the government has pledged full commitment to solving the crisis and breaking down barriers to musicians needing to tour Europe. That's just pablum. All those words are just pablum. After the music industry was essentially dealt a no deal Brexit with an end to visa free travel for UK artists and crews wishing to work, catastrophic predictions of the sector being screwed over and facing an existential threat to the talent pipelines have come into fruition.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. See, that's why they love America so much, man. 50 country or well 48 anyway and and then you can go up north and do a couple of gigs and then Canada if you want. I'll, t- I'll tell you, dude, yeah, and now Dave Grohl's even into my favorite goofy band,
Oh yeah, big time,
Angine de
big time. Oh yeah,
Poitrine.
yeah. I saw a
Big time.
video where he's like showing people, check these guys out, man, check them out. Yeah, he's big time.
They gotta get him on a. They're not just gonna be doing a few dates, dude. Grohl or somebody's gonna grab them for a. They should open for
Right,
Rush. They should open for Rush. I mean that
no doubt.
the
Good
Canadian
call.
really. Good
Yeah,
God Almighty!
yeah,
They're going
good
to be
call,
doing a
man.
major tour, and those who haven't seen them, you'll be seeing them because you can't not see them at this point. They're
No,
everywhere, and they got that new music out. I checked out the new video, and they're just whack, Jack. And people are starting to really dig that stuff. But over in Europe, they're not digging anything, man, because a report by the Musicians Union in 2024 found that 75% of 75% have seen a decline in bookings in the EU since Brexit, with 79% unable to make up for loss of work elsewhere, and no majority
Oh yeah, where
claiming.
else are you gonna go? For sure.
Yeah, and a majority of them now claim that touring in Europe was simply, quote, no longer financially viable.
Dude, we've talked
Wow.
about this since we've been doing the show, man.
Boy,
Like I
boy,
remember
oh
way back in Anthrax. Remember they canceled the tour. Several of them been canceled just because of
boy.
logistics. It was just so hard.
Logistically unsustainable.
Yeah.
Logistically, yeah.
Renting tour buses was like astronomical in cost.
Wow.
Remember we talked about that before, but
It's funny here. A recent study by UK Music found that the impact of Brexit on touring was only worsening, with the rate of growth down by more than half on 2023, despite, quote, record-breaking income reported by the upper echelons. Uh,
not sure what that means.
yeah, who are the upper echelons? Alongside our UK artists being booked for
Oh,
European
they're talking
festivals.
about as far as the bigger artists. You're talking about your Taylor Swifts and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Your Oasis and stuff like that.
Alongside
Yeah.
UK artists being booked for European festivals falling by nearly a third, the body argued, reducing touring opportunities not only directly affects artists and crew unable to tour, but also songwriters who see reduced royalties where their works are
Oh,
no longer
all the
being
way down the line.
performed by UK
Yep.
artists at concerts and festivals in the EU countries. Geez, this comes with the perfect storm of increased touring costs, more red tape and administration around carnets and crossing borders, less chances to be heard, massive dips in income, and a huge impact on mental health. Holy cow, man. You got
And
the
you know, and it
trifecta.
just and the art's just going to dwindle, man. It's just going to, because who's, you got to think how many artists are they're just going to say, I can't do this, and
Yeah,
they're,
yeah.
they just can't do it, and they'll just, do the nine to
Well, it'll
five or
be the
find
point.
something
But
else
there
or
you go.
whatever.
They'll get on their recording platform and record their stuff after they get home from their 9 to 5 job. Yeah,
Yeah.
they'll record and put it out there and see what sticks. You know, you got to protect everything. Protect your publishing, songwriter. You all know that though. But yeah, what a mess, dude. And boy, oh boy, boy, oh
Well, the
boy.
government always screws up rock and roll. You know, one of the main, I've never talked about this on the show, and I don't know if I'll get another chance, so I'm going to bring it up. You know, one of the main things that screwed up rock and roll was Clinton in '96 with the Telecommunications Act, man. So that
What?
were there's no more radio stations. It was all just automated, just crap. And that's where rock and
Oh,
roll started going down, man. It's always
ah.
making the government's getting involved, and, you know,
Yeah, we need.
it ends
Back
up
then
the
we
art
had.
suffers. The art suffers. Is
Back then
what
we had
happens,
the Dick Beyondies and the Uncle Lairs. We had good DJ. Yeah, back then it meant something. Now, yeah,
Yeah,
everything's automated basically, or
yeah.
just
This program
formulaic and
director in L.A. or whatever sets the
bumfreak
whole
Egypt. Yeah,
what's going to be played for every radio 90% of the radio stations across the country. It's just
boy,
uh,
boy, oh boy. Okay, let me say the last sentence here. The pressure on artists and crews losing opportunities in the UK's closest neighboring countries has only been intensified by the ongoing threat to grassroots venues and jobs, which we talked about, and the quote, complete collapse of touring. Oh,
yeah.
man, that's
Bands just
bad.
won't be able to make it, man.
Wow, that's crazy. That is insane. Yeah, boy, what do you do? And man, oh man, featured.
Like you said, the analogy earlier you had where it's like going to different states. Well, now they're stuck in I don't know how big's England. As big as
Oh, it's small. There's
whatever.
Rhode Island or whatever. They're
No,
stuck in Rhode
bigger
Island,
than
and they can't get out of. Well, it ain't that much bigger, and they can't. Yeah, they're stuck in Rhode Island. And they
yeah.
can't get out because they can't get a visa, or it costs them so damn much to go to the next state, or and over there it'd be a country. Wow. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's crazy.
As big as Texas or whatever it is. Yeah, that's it. That's all they can play is that state. Yeah. So anyway,
Yeah, and featured artist coalition CEO Dave Martin, who launched the Let the Music Move campaign alongside the Music Managers Forum over 5 years ago, told Enemy of their mission to quote highlight the barriers Brexit has created for UK artists and to alert politicians to the damage that would be inflicted to the standing of the British music industry if issues remain unsolved. The British music industry, the legendary, iconic
Oh yeah. Oh
music
yeah. Oh
British
yeah.
music industry. Jiminy
Yeah.
creepers. He goes on. These were not merely scare tactics. They were credible predictions of the direction of travel. They are no longer just predictions. In the last decade, the UK's share of the global music market has halved. British artists have fallen out of worldwide album charts, streaming year end statistics, and off of the billings at major festivals across Europe and subsequently the world. He continues. The phenomena is not restricted to overseas consumption. It is also impacting UK artists at home as the knock on effect is stagnating domestic growth. The share of UK origin music in the UK charts has reached a historic low. If artists
Well,
if
there you
artists
go.
are unable to tour, grow audiences, hone their craft, and spread their music in their
That's
largest
exactly
neighboring
right.
market, they are effectively hamstrung. While I remain proud about the exceptional talent that exists in the UK, obviously, and there are green shoots of hope, our artists are operating in conditions that are fixed against them, not an environment designed for them to excel. Boy, what a mess over there, dude. Jeez. I don't know, man. Wow. Well, we talked about England in particular in how the club scene was being choked out in England alone, but now the whole rest of the continent, the
Yeah.
musicians are screwed,
And
and
there's
so
nowhere else to go. You got
holy
to stay there. Yeah.
wow, man, that's rough, brother. That is rough.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
we'll see.
obviously a rich culture of music, man. I mean, of great music, man.
Oh, yeah, the British invasion. I mean, they gave us
In
so
fact,
much,
if
dude.
one had to make the decision, I'll put
Oh,
this out to the viewers, for the rest of your life, you can only listen to American bands or British bands.
oh.
What you gonna take?
I'd have to go. Boy,
That's a tough
boy,
decision, man.
boy, Brit, having grown up in the era of the transistor radio where we had Stones and
The Beatles and
the
Stones and the
AM
Kinks and
and but
Animals and yeah,
all this good stuff, and at the same time, we had Motown and Philadelphia sound and the surf sound. Boy, but still, man, they gave us so much. I mean, the
yeah.
Britain invasion back in the '60s was just epic, just epic. So holy cow, I got the hiccups. Man. Hang on
Hold on there, Foster Brooks.
here. Wow, what a gig, what a gig that dude had. Well, I got to go act drunk, I got to, yeah, that's my thing. I act drunk. Yeah, yeah. Very cool. We need you on our movie. All right. What am I going to be doing? You're going to be acting
You're gonna
drunk,
be
you
a drunk,
dumbass. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, boy. Well, let's move on. This is freaking me out, man. This is freaking me out, dude. Where is he? There he is. Lindsey Bucket. He looks pissed. I would be.
I think he
I'd
pretty
be.
much always looks pissed.
Well, yeah, like that picture we had
But he
last
has
week.
good reason to be now.
Yeah. Well, we talked about it last week how him and Stevie Nicks might be actually getting together and doing something musically while they still have the opportunity. And I posted a picture. And Stevie was smiling and Lindsay was frowning, didn't look
Yeah.
happy, you know. And here we go and now I know why he's looking unhappy in that picture. This is crazy. Headline: Lindsey Buckingham's alleged stalker speaks out in Fleetwood Mac's star attack in L.A. And you're saying, what the heck's going on here? Well, some crazy lady, some crazy stalker came up to him. He was coming out for I don't know, a meeting or something weird like
He was
that.
he was going to an appointment. They
Okay,
didn't say what the
appointment.
appointment was, but he was going to an appointment. Yeah.
Yeah, and one of his stalkers comes up and douses him with some kind of liquid, and I still haven't found out what the hell the
No,
liquid
no, they
was.
didn't say. Yeah.
But oh my God, oh the first thing I thought about him is all these horror stories where people get acid attacked. doused
Right.
with acid, and they're horribly, women. Well, it's usually women. They get attacked, and they're horribly attacked. That's the first thing I thought, but he wasn't. But holy cow, what a freaking thing to happen right out of the blue.
Now, apparently, this is a known stalker of his, and they don't know how she knew about where the appointment was. That's kind of freaky, man. I wouldn't want somebody knowing, when my appointments were, and
Wow.
sitting there waiting on me.
Too
And
much
then,
information, yeah.
so
I mean,
apparently, she's a fan, I guess. I don't think she means them harm, but why throw a
Whoa.
liquid on somebody? What do you think? Is a love potion or something? I don't know. What is she tossing on him, man? I don't know.
Oh, what's in that potion? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, right.
Well, in this story here, I love this name, Michelle Dick, who was previously accused of stalking former Fleetwood Mac guitarist Lindsey Buckingham and making threats against him, is speaking out after the star was attacked in Los Angeles. And police have not publicly identified the suspect. Stevie Nicks. Stevie Nicks. Yeah, she probably had a weird mask on or something, But
Nah.
no, actually, they haven't identified a suspect, so maybe they don't even know who this person is. So on
Oh.
Wednesday, the two-time Grammy Award winner was attacked by a woman when he showed up for an appointment in Santa Monica, California. Always you crazy people in California. The alleged suspect, who authorities described as a stalking suspect, threw an unknown substance at Buckingham and immediately fled.
It's a cup full of secretions.
No, dude. While the Santa Monica Police Department has reportedly identified the suspect, no arrests have been made, and authorities have not publicly named the individual. Why the hell not? Why haven't they been arrested? I want to see a picture of this nut job. I can fix her.
I know you
fix
can't.
her. Come on, dude. I can fix her. I, I love posting on some of these whack videos I watch on YouTube. People, crazy broads getting arrested. I'll always post, I can fix her. Yeah, she's mine. Yeah, of course I would go within 10 feet of that.
She just misunderstood. She just needs a good man to love her.
But in any case, back to Lindsay. According to the LA Times, the woman is known to the musician and has been the subject of prior action with the LAPD Threat Management Unit. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, where do you work? I'm with the Threat Management Unit. Whatever the hell. God, well, they didn't work. They failed because if had that been acid or something,
Right.
they'd be all around. Oh, well, they'd be all standing around talking, well, shit, we didn't do shit. My gosh. But anyway, this first stalker, Dick, who claimed Buckingham is her biological father, told KTLA on Wednesday that she had approached Buckingham last week and had previously gone to his Brentwood home. in a court documents obtained by Fox News Digital, Buckingham filed a request for restraining order against Dick in December 2024. I am afraid her conduct may escalate into something physically dangerous to me and my family. No shit, these freaking stalkers. F off, Gosh almighty. So she's got nutcases all over. There's nutcases
nobody
everywhere.
can just follow the legal process anymore. Everybody thinks that they're above that.
I'll go to his house. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm sure he wants that. Sure, that'll work.
I'll make
bimbo.
him see it my way. Yeah.
In any case, at least it wasn't acid. Jeez, my God, that's the first thing I thought when some unknown comes and throws a liquid on you. They're not, like you say, unless it's secretions, as opposed to acid. But still, either way, it's horrible, man. Oh.
Wouldn't that be hell? Just when he's gonna get back with Stevie Nicks, he gets disfigured by a fan and acid, man.
That would be horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. He'll still have a strong septum in his nose, though. Unlike
What
Stevie
do you
Nicks.
think of him as a guitar player, man?
Very unique, very cool.
Yeah.
Very good. Got
Yeah.
that cool guitar, got his unique sound. His picking
Yeah.
style is crazy cool. You're damn right, man. He's
Yeah.
iconic, man. Fleetwood Mac, yeah, yeah. No, no, I can't play his style or anything, but as a musician, man, I dig the shit out of that. Yeah,
Yeah.
you betcha. But anyway, yeah, so a bunch of crazy people. Yeah, yeah. Crazy stories, crazy musicians. We love it, man. We love it. But in any case, yeah, there you go. Another show of crazy stuff going on. And we'll see what's going on next time, by golly. So why don't you take us home there, Doc?
Yes, sir. Another one in the books, number 207. Next one will be 208.
Woohoo.
That's 4 solid years. So we'll have a little surprise for you next show.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah, I hope everybody tunes in. Till then, have a great rock and roll filled week, everybody.